Hey guys, we're well today. So today's video, I thought I'd give you guys a special video which we haven't done before. We've done something similar with the likes of the Blues and Crusaders starting 15, but this time we're gonna be doing the Springboks and All Blacks 23-man squad. So very excited to do this, of course, guys. It's something I haven't done before and something I hope you guys enjoy. Definitely let me know in the comments, guys, if you enjoyed this video, or definitely just like that button for sure. Click that like button because if we can get 10 plus likes on this video, I'll be doing another video just like this one, but for Argentina and the Wallabies. So just 10 likes, guys. Like that like button. Definitely do it. And definitely subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Click that red button right now and subscribe. But before we get into this, guys, just to give a bit of a clear indication of how this video will go, the reason why I'm not doing a starting 15 and I am doing a 23-man squad is because some players, normally come off the bench for, the Springboks and the All Blacks. So that's what I'll be doing within this video as well, and I'll follow that same system. So just make sure that you keep that in mind before, me comment or don't realize the concept of the video. But anyway, let's just get straight into this. But of course, we'll start with the front row for this combined, squad this at least. And yeah, we'll go off right here. As you can see, I have gone with 2 All Blacks within that front row. So I have gone the likes of Ethan de Groot as well as Samisoni Taukei'aho, but I have gone with Francois Herber as well as for the third choice, obviously in that within that front row that I've gone with. And I believe this kind of it's a good front row. Obviously a lot of force to say with the likes of Samisoni Taukei'aho. By the way, he was brilliant and outstanding within that second test for the All Blacks and definitely deserves a mention in my book because he really, the All Blacks have kind of struggled, in my opinion, to find someone who's stepping up to that, kind of just be the first choice, hooker for the All Blacks, going obviously to the 2023 Rugby World Cup. And I believe that game is kind of certified Taukei'aho, and it kind of said, like, you know what, he's here to kind of take the position off Cody Taylor. So I believe he's the first choice hooker and definitely the person I would have in my team if for my hooker spot. But of course, for even de Groot, another player who actually stood out within that second game, second test against the Springboks, and another player who's just young and obviously has a lot of potential and still has a lot more to do within this, still has a lot more to kind of achieve. So I believe he has, he'll do a lot within that position. And of course, Francois Herber has a lot of experience under his belt and someone you can definitely rely on, particularly within that scrum setup because he's very good in that situation. But anyway, we're moving now towards the locks. I think this is probably the easiest selection, guys, because, as you can see here, I have gone the likes of Whitelock and Etzebeth. It wasn't really too hard to go with. I could have gone with maybe someone like Lord Diego or maybe Scott Barrett if I wanted to start, but I felt these two are just, the strongest locks that both sides have, of course. And, Whitelock just has so much experience under his belt, guys. I mean, he's I think he's the second most capped All Black there is, and you can just rely on him any day of the week. And he was brilliant actually in that second test, by the way, guys, because he stole a lot of the lineouts, particularly against the Springboks and from Eben Etzebeth. But in the first test, though, guys, Eben Etzebeth was just a force to be reckoned with, and he's just one player which you just do not want to face when if he has the ball and you have to tackle him. Oh jeez, I feel bad for anyone he has to get in his way, but that's to stop him. That's just that's even worse. But of course, those are the two locks I had gone with for this side. For the loose forwards, as you can see here, I have gone with the I've gone with 2 Springboks actually in this position. So I have gone with the likes of Sia Khaleesi, the normal captain, you could say, for the Springboks, and as well as Peter Seth-Toyd, so obviously the previous player of the year in 2019. And I have gone with Artis Villa at number 8. So I could have gone with maybe someone like Artis Villa at 7, and maybe gone with someone like Dwayne Vermeulen, because I have a soft spot for Dwayne Vermeulen, as most of you know, but he just wasn't really up to scratch, I'd say, in that second test. And, it was his first, game in a while. Of course, if we're going back towards, a few years ago, I would definitely have Dwayne at, number 8 and then shift Artis Villa at 7. But I think just for now, I think Artis Villa just played so well at that 8 position that it just makes total sense to keep him there. And then, of course, Sia and Peter Seth-Toyd both had, good games within both tests against the All Blacks. So I just felt it was right to really choose both of them within those 2 positions. But anyway, we'll move on now towards the backs, essentially, for this squad. So, of course, as you can see here, I have actually gone with 2 Springboks in this position. So it was a really tight call, to be perfectly honest, guys, because I could have gone with Finley Christie or Aaron Smith, or I could have gone with maybe Faf de Klerk. But of course, Faf de Klerk, he's barely play a minute in these tests because he got knocked out essentially by by Caleb Clark's knee. But it was really, in my eyes, between Finley Christie and Jaden Hendrickson, because those two, I think, have had the biggest impact in terms of performances for both sides in that position. But I just felt that with Jaden Hendrickson, he really did impress me within that first test. And obviously he was, he started within the second test as well and was, obviously good in that game as well. I wouldn't say as good, as dominant, you can say, within that first test, because he really had a lot of the ball within that first test, in my opinion. And he really caused a lot more trouble, to say the least, with his kicks. So that's kind of the reason why I've gone with him ahead of Finley Christie. But don't get me wrong, Finley Christie is a brilliant. He was actually brilliant for the All Blacks when he came on for them in that second half, and really just built a kind of the momentum shifted when he came on, I'd say, because he's really a quick tempo kind of scrum half. He likes to quickly get out the ball, similar to like what Aaron Smith does. But what I like about Finley Christie is that he's just he just charges at you and just, he finds the pass, in the right area. So, I thought he did well. But, of course, I had gone with Jaden Hendrickson. So that was really a 50-50 decision, guys. So I could have gone either way within that one. But I have gone with Handré Pollard here. Again, I could have gone with the likes of Beauden Barrett here or Richard Mo'unga. But I just felt it was right to go with Handré Pollard just because he's just so consistent. And within both tests, he was actually, he was in good form for both. So I don't think there's really any doubt in my selection here in terms of Handré Pollard, and he's one of the best 10s in the world, as we all know. So I just felt it was right to obviously select him in that position. But of course, we'll now move on towards the centers, and I think this is probably one of the. I'm not gonna say this is an easy part, but it was hard within one of them, you can say. But here you go. I have gone with another Springbok duo, and yes. This is me kind of showing maybe my bias maybe towards the Springboks here, but at the same time, when you have someone like Lukhanyo Am at that 13 spot, I think anyone. I mean, look, it's a hard thing to go against Reiko Lamani because he was actually man of the match in that second test. But Lukhanyo Am has been in outstanding form, guys. Like he's arguably World Player of the Year at the moment. Like that's the way I see it. I believe he's World Player of the Year, and I think that's his kind of lose at this point in time. So that's kind of the reason why I had him in that position. And he was just brilliant within both tests, of course. That pass in that first test was just sensational. I mean, even in that second test, the disallowed try he had, still was a brilliant run from him. So, you have to give him credit where it's due. But of course, Damian Delande, it was a more tricky one, I'd say, because I could have gone with Havili here, to be perfectly honest, guys, because I thought he actually had a good test in that, for the second test. I thought in particular, Havili kind of stepped up to what we kind of known for, as we kind of see, he kind of showed what we see within the Crusaders lineup, I'd say, and he had a good performance on the day. But I just feel Damian Delande, it's just he really he finds all the right passes, and I really mean that, guys. He's just a brutal force to obviously tackle down, but he's able to find the offloads and passes just. It's like pinch perfect. So I have to give it to him. But that's a 50-50 decision really with Havili because it was very close, guys. So don't get it twisted where if you disagree with that one, I can hold my hands up and I can understand that one easily because that was really a 50-50 decision, guys. So yeah, it was it was very close. It was very close. Really close actually. But of course, we do have the last positions here, guys, for the starting lineup. So here we go. I have gone with, as you can see, Makazole Mpimpi, as well as Will Jordan at the number 14 spot, and then finish it off, Damian Williams at number 15. I don't believe too many people will question this one, just because Mpimpi has been brilliant within both tests. Obviously, got that try in the second as well, and yeah, he's just been in good form overall within both these tests. So I don't think anyone would really have a say in why he shouldn't be in that position. For the number 14, of course, Will Jordan, I think he had a brilliant second test. Had a lot more of the ball compared to what we saw from the first test. And someone who really he stepped up a bit. That's kind of what I want to see because Will Jordan, he still has a long way to go in his career. Similar to Hendrickson, who was sitting at 9. He's a lot more to do. And he really won. He's already won, Young Player of the Year. So he can, in my opinion, he has the ability to win World Player of the Year one year. I mean, he's that good of a player, guys. So, and I do believe, within that second test, he kind of proved it once again why he's so vital for the All Blacks within that 14 position. So, and that link-up play with Reiko for that one bit was just amazing to watch. So, he was great. You can't leave him out of this starting lineup. And of course, with Damian Williams, he has been like he's probably been one of the most improved players, I'd say, throughout this year. And I think, you know, because there is the most improved player, by the way, award for this year as well. He's up there in the conversation, I think, guys, by the way. Damian Williams, you know, he's done well, obviously, for the Stormers, obviously won the URC, you know, yeah, he was really good in that final, of course, against the Bulls. But I mean, even with the Springboks, though, I mean, in both tests, he was really instrumental towards, you know, the aerial duels, and he's done very well in that sense. His kicking is improved. He's able to find the step even better now. I mean, his side stepping was just superb anyway, but it's got another level now. But yeah, I like the starting 15, so that's kind of what I've gone with. But as you can see right here, guys, just below it, here is the bench that I have selected for this, you know, for my combined lineup as well. So I have gone with the likes of, you know, as you can see, Malcolm Marks off the bench. I had to go with him. There's not even if anyone says he doesn't deserve to be in this lineup, I have a lot of questions for you, because he was outstanding within that first test, and even in the second, he was really good as well. But of course, just wasn't able to kind of make that much of an impact as he did within the first, because he got like, what, 5 turnovers? It was unbelievable. So he definitely deserves to be in. Stephen Kitchkoff, no really doubt in that selection, just because he's so instrumental coming off the bench for the Springboks. So I had to go with him again. I'm going with Tyler Lomax here, which might surprise a lot of people, but I thought, you know, he really stepped up, particularly from that second test, you know, being selected to start, and I thought he had a good run against the Springboks, you know, winning a lot of those scrums early on within that game as well. So I think Tyler Lomax deserves a mention. And yeah, he's definitely one that I would include within the bench to come off to kind of make an impact, I'd say, within this squad, 23-man squad. Of course, like you said there is Scott Barrett, as you can see. And yeah, he's just one of those players who, again, I've had a lot of, I'd say, doubts over him in terms of different games, because he's, in my opinion, I don't think he's consistent. That might be a hot take there, but he's just he does so well in one game, then he's just, you know, he has one of those games where he's in it, but then he loses kind of I don't know, his mental, I don't know, he's just off a bit within some points of the game. But overall, I think Scott Barrett is a great player, someone you can definitely rely on. And obviously, with the chemistry with Whitelock, if he was to place like Ebedetsmef, for example, they would know, you know, perfectly how to work with each other. Obviously, due to them being the Crusader system the whole time, so it worked like a charm, really. But yeah, no, Scott Barrett had to go with it. And then I go with Kieran Ione, of course, a fan favorite, you could say, of mine, and someone I truly appreciate, because obviously he can play at 6 or 8, and even Scott Barrett can play at 6. So it's just a lot of versatility to say, and the reason why I selected him in that position. And of course, for the backs, I haven't gone with a 6-2 split here. I've gone with more what the most teams gone with, just because I feel like you have to mention these kind of guys. And like I said before, Finley Christie, another great scrum half. It was really 50-50, so I've already gone to him. So that's the reason why he's included within this 23-man squad. Sorry, I didn't actually go with Bowden Barrett. I've actually gone with Rich Mwanga. So that maybe that kind of I don't know, maybe is a surprise for a lot of people. But I just thought Mwanga on the day, you know, he was a 10. He won the test against the All Blacks, and I thought he was really good on the day, actually. And definitely, I'm not going to say surprised me, because he's a brilliant 10. He's like one of the best in the world, really. So it doesn't surprise me at all of how well he had how well of a game he actually had. But I wished, I don't know why I say this, just because. But like, I always think of Mwanga of scoring tries and assists, and I just wish he had. If he scored a try, it would kind of certify, in my opinion, you know, he's up. You know, you could have that picture of him, like where the cameras get him, and he's like, yeah, this is my 10 jersey to, you know, to keep at the moment, because that competition with Bowden Barrett is like just on and off, really. So, but yeah, fair play. Richard Mwanga definitely deserves to be included within this squad. And to finish it off, I have gone the likes of Ray Kalarani. I had to choose him, guys. He was man of the match in the second test. If I didn't choose him, that'd just be a mistake in the first place. And obviously, he brings a lot of versatility at the same time. So, yeah, another reason why I selected him to be within this 23-man squad. But, yeah. That's kind of it, guys. Just hope you guys enjoyed that concept. Let me know in the comments what you think of this squad. Do you agree with my selection? Do you think that another player should have been included? Do let me know, because obviously I will reply as normal. But other than that, definitely like this video, guys. Make sure to get it past 10 likes, guys, to see the Wallabies / Pumas, match, 23 man squad similar to this video. Like this video, guys, right now, and definitely subscribe. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys next time.
Hey, feel I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Feel I'm I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't